And welcome back. It's the high plus 8th of June, 5 a day, and let's go straight to the first question. Right, we have the equation of a circle is this thing here. So again, for GCSE, all you ever learn is you learn a circle that has a centre 0, 0, and a radius, a square root of whatever that number is. So here's the square root of 7. You'll do different circles at A level, but here, nice and straightforward. Find the circumference of the circle, give your answer to 2 decimal places, which also means by definition, don't leave pi in your answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remember the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So it's going to be 2 times 7, which is 14 times pi. It wants its 2 decimal places, so I'm just going to put that straight in my calculator. And that's going to tell me 43.98. Have I got units? No, I don't. So 43.98 to 2 decimal places. First question done. Next one. Work out an expression for the nth term of this quadratic. So it tells you it's quadratic, which means there will be a second difference. It's the same, and it means it will be of a certain form. So let's start by doing the differences. So that's going up by 11. That one's going up by 17. And this one is going up by 23, which means my second difference, so my second difference, the triangle just means difference. So my second difference is 17 minus 11, which is 6, which means my A term is equal to 3. Now, if this is the first of my videos you've watched, I do this slightly differently to the learn AN plus B. I can't even remember what it is. A plus B plus C equals something. I do it as a difference. So in other words, my sequence is 3, 14, 31. Then I've learned that my n squared is 3 times n squared. So if I write that underneath, 3 times 1 squared is 3, 3 times 4 squared is 12, and 3 times 9 squared is 27. Then if I take away the quadratic part, that leaves behind 0, 2, and 4, which is a linear sequence with nth term 2n minus 2. So therefore my overall nth term is going to be the 3n squared, 3 from here, plus the thing I've just worked out, which is 2n minus 2, and that is my nth term. Next one, show that the equation, this thing here, has a solution between. Now, for A level, there's a very definite setup. So it's good to get in practice of doing the right thing. So I'm going to write this as f of x equals 2x cubed plus 9x minus 40, and I want f of x to be equal to 0. In other words, I've rearranged the equation. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out f of 2, and I'm going to work out f of 3. So f of 2 is going to be 2 times 2 cubed is 8, plus 9 times 2 is 18, or right, 9 times 2, and minus 40, and 2 to the power 3 is 27, plus 9 times 3, and then take away 40. And then I'm going to calculate both of these things. So this first one here is minus 6. And this second one is a big number, but it is nevertheless a positive number of 41. Then I need to say these two things, and I can literally just list them. I can say, as there is a change in sign, in other words, positive to negative or negative to positive, and f of x is continuous in interval 2, 3. In other words, there's no breaks in the function. Therefore, what am I asking? Show that the equation has a root. So therefore, the equation, answer the question. So the equation has a solution between, my writing is terrible today, I don't know why, between 2 and 3. Long day at school, clearly. Next question. Right, now I can see where this is going. So step 1, I know my solutions between two numbers. Step 2, I'm going to rearrange, and then I'm going to do some iteration by the looks of it. So let's rearrange the formula. Now, before I do that, look at this here. I'm doing the cube root. So if I think about that, what I'm clearly going to do is move everything to the side, then do the cube root at the end. So let's do that. So first step is I'm going to say that 2x cubed is equal to 40 minus 9x. Then I'm going to divide by 2 because I'm showing I need to show the steps, even though they're fairly easy steps, equals 9 over 2 over x. Look at what I've got. That does indeed look the same. Then I'm going to take the cube root, so therefore x is equals the cube root of 20 minus 9 over 2x. Question done. I've shown it nice and clearly. Even though it's an easy one, I need to show what I'm doing. Next one, starting with the x0 equals 2. Okay, so x0 equals 2. Use the iteration formula, the thing I've just worked out, to find an estimate to the solution. So what it wants you to do here is basically put 2 into this equation, then put the answer into the equation, and that answer into the equation. Now, the way you're going to do that is you're going to type on your calculator 2 equals, and it kind of puts it like the memory, the answer memory. And then I'm going to type in, well, there's a cube root button on your calculator. So 20 minus 9 over 2 using the fraction button times by x, which I'm going to say is answer. And that's the answer that I've stored in my calculator. And if I press equals, that gives me 2.2239800. Press equals again, it will put that number in, and again, and again, and again, and again. And I'm going to keep pressing it lots and lots and lots of times, like 20 times. You'll notice once the numbers kind of stop changing, then I get an answer, which is about, and it doesn't say how many decimal places, it normally would. So I'm going to say x to the n approaches 2 to the 17089. And I'm going to say 0895, that will do, 556 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decimal places. Now, in an exam, it may be a bit clearer as to exactly what it wants you to do. But the point is, if I press equals another 100 times, the number's not going to get any better than that. And that is question done. Okay, mix of questions today. As ever, let me know how they went for you. Do like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.